Coming up next, we have Penny Aronson. She's the executive director at Collierville Literacy Council, an organization dedicated to empowering individuals and enriching communities through literacy.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me. So, I'm going to piggyback off of what Brittany and Brittany both said about stress for the holiday. And we're going to talk a lot about listening comprehension during a really busy time of year. We actually work with English speakers of other languages, adults who are new to the country or who are looking to improve their languages and their families. And additionally, we work with middle schoolers who are struggling to read, whether that's for a hidden learning challenge or they just haven't been able to get where they want to be or need to be from support in the school system. So, our winter program for our English speakers of other languages is mostly about conversation. Again, we're talking about ear reading. What does that mean? When you actually listen to a person talk, you're gaining vocabulary, you're increasing your understanding, you're building fluency, meaning that you can talk with meaning quickly and a lot of expression. So that is a good way to have conversation. So our students are focusing on these topics that they've actually chosen. The big one, like we've heard from Brittany and Brittany, is how to handle stress. Now, these are guided discussions. So we have someone in the room who's helping those individuals learn to share what they're thinking and feeling. You can do that at home with someone else that may not be able to express themselves very well. Some other topics are talking with a teacher and a doctor. What frightens you about that? What is uncomfortable about that? How do you handle something like that? Sharing those really can help increase knowledge and understanding. How to ask the price of items at a store if you're uncomfortable with that, approaching someone and asking a question, or if culturally it's appropriate to bargain and you don't feel comfortable doing that. How to handle getting a ticket from an officer. That increases stress for everyone most of the time when that happens. So we want to be able to handle that outside of that situation. And then finally, we have another moment in our conversation class where students can pick their topic and discuss anything they want. So it's kind of a space where you can be open with whatever your question is. For our families and children, we're now increasing that ear reading, right? So not only are we doing that in the classroom, we're going to do that at home. So one of the ways that you can do that are listening to stories on the radio, TV, or internet. A great way to do that is with podcasts. There are some great ones out there. One is called But Why? And it's a friendly debate between topics like why is the sky blue? Who invented words? Another one is Smash Boom Best, and that one is Dragons versus Unicorns. So you can talk about that. And everybody in the family can listen to that at a really busy time. You can have that on in the car or just when you're cleaning the house. Another way that you can keep reading is just watching TV with the captions on. That's great for our ESOL students and for children who are struggling to read, is that they can watch and read at the same time. While you're watching, another way that you can increase that literacy is to be curious. Why? What happens next? When do you think that is going to happen in the movie? Who is going to do that? Asking those kind of questions really improves listening comprehension, which then improves reading. Another way that you can do that is playing games in the car. There's old-fashioned games of I Spy something with the color blue, or I packed my grandmother's suitcase and included a towel, and the next person had to add on an item. That really improves not just relationships, but again, the memory, the vocabulary. Then you're talking about all of these different things that are happening in family as well. So we are also moving into different areas in spring. So we are starting a program for Arabic students at the Islamic Center, and there are beginner and advanced ESOL classes coming in spring, and there's a youth writing workshop. So we can work with those students at that location, and they are split between boys and girls classes. And then we're also continuing to work with our reading intervention students, where if they're struggling in school, they're continuing to struggle with other tutoring. Can provide intensive targeted support for those students. But again, right now for holiday, ear reading is really great at a really busy, stressful time of year. We are also going to be continuing our family support for the spring, and that is with financial, digital, health, and media literacy. So you can find us at colliervilleliteracy.org or give us a call at 854-0288. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny. It's so exciting how many different ways there are to work with students on their reading skills. I really love the idea of ear reading. It seems really approachable.